Hey guys, it's Joe, the Joe Madden Sports Podcast, joined this morning by Ian St. Clair of Play, Colorado. Ian, how's the morning treating you? Welcome back to the show.
The morning is treating me great. We have one more day for the start of the Stanley Cup final for the first time in this state in 21 years.
It's unbelievable. It's been 21 years. Congratulations to the Colorado Avalanche for making it to the Stanley Cup Finals. What is the vibe of the city with this happening?
There's a vibe for sure. There's excitement, anticipation. I think there's a little bit of nervousness, but I think there's confidence too. And it's not overconfidence because you're going against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are the team that just won't be beat. I mean, this is their third straight Stanley Cup final. And in the salary cap era, that is crazy. But I think there's confidence and belief in this team that it's going to get it done.
That is awesome. Now, how is the city rallying behind this team? Like, are we seeing store windows painted? What are we seeing in Colorado?
What I'm seeing is all these plans for outdoor parties. Like, so there's watch parties planned right by Ball Arena. There's tailgating planned outside of Ball Arena in the south parking lots right by Elitch's. Uh, Various bars throughout Lodo are going to have watch parties. So the cool thing about it is Larimer Square, which is one of the more popular places in lower downtown Denver, always has the jerseys of the Avs, so the sweaters
Yeah.
of all the players hanging. And then at night, it's really cool because of the lights reflect off of it. It's a really cool setup. So I'm sure as we get closer, you'll start to see bars and shops, especially on the 16th Street Mall, start to paint up their windows and support the Avs.
Yeah, absolutely. So game one kicks off tomorrow night. Where are you watching this, Ian?
I will be watching it from home.
You painting your windows, you putting on your jersey. What is your tradition going into this?
Well, I will be wearing my authentic Joe Sakic sweater. It's the one that
Nice.
I've had since the late 90s. So I will be wearing that, and just depending on the how the game flows, my thing is to mute the TV, because I don't want to hear them talking up the opposing team. So I wait until the Avs are in a good spot, and then I'll unmute the TV.
I like that. That's a great strategy because we all know some of those announcers can really like the opposite team, and it's disheartening when you're watching your home team and they're cheering on the other. So going into this, Colorado is the favorite for tomorrow night. Tampa coming in here as the underdog at plus 132. We have a total of 6 in this one. Now we know the Avs have had extended rest here. What are your thoughts of this rest going into game one?
I think it's going to benefit them tremendously. And the thing that is big, and this goes for both teams, I'm curious to see if John Cooper will play Braden Point, who hasn't played since he got injured in Game 7 against Toronto. Jared Bednar, and I don't know if he's playing games with the fans and the media, and then to a lesser extent, John Cooper and the Tampa Bay Lightning. He is still not ruled out Nazem Kadri and Andrew Cogliano. If either of those guys are able to play, that is going to be just a massive boost to the team, but also to the crowd. But I will say, we've seen the Avalanche come out strong in game ones. We saw it in game one against Nashville, saw it in game one against St. Louis, saw it again in game one against Edmonton. Now, I don't think we're going to see 14 goals like we did in that first game with the Edmonton Oilers, but I think you're going to see the Avs buzzing in game one. There is going to be so much energy in Ball Arena. As we said, this is the first time in 21 years that the Stanley Cup final is going to be in this building. You're going to have Russell Wilson in the building. You could potentially have Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett in the building. I'm curious as to Avalanche alumni who are going to be in the building. Adam Foote particularly will be there since his son is playing for Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So will Ray Bork, Peter Forsberg, Milan Hajduk. I'm curious to see the Avs alumni that are going to be there to even amp up even more energy and emotion. So I think you're going to see the Avs come out buzzing. It'll be interesting to see how Tampa Bay, an experienced team, does with that. Are they going to be able to avoid the 10-minute rush that that we all know about when it comes to playing on the road, especially in a huge game like Game 1 in the Stanley Cup Final in the opposing building. And I think that's where you'll see the influence of Andrei Vasilevsky. If he's able to make his influence, it will probably be in that first 10 minutes. But I'm anticipating so much emotion. The Avs coming out just buzzing, showing off their speed and showing off their transition game throughout the defensive zone and the neutral zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you on that. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen for the Avs. They want to come out, they want to make a huge impression on Tampa right away. It'll be interesting to see how Tampa comes out, because we did see them 2 games ago against the Rangers play more of a let the Rangers do what they want, try to just shut them down style of game instead of pushing in that first period. So be interesting to see how they counteract the Colorado Avalanche coming out just with waves of shots on Vasilevsky here, because I do believe that's exactly how the Avs come out. Now, what are your thoughts on Darcy Kemper? It looks like he will be starting. Have you heard anything about his eye injury and if he's 100%?
I've heard he is 100%. And I've said this on a friend of your show, Holden Kushner, on his show. I think that Darcy Kemper is going to up his game. He knows that he wasn't good enough against, especially later in the series against the Blues. He's going to hear that talk about how he could potentially be the weak link. He's heard all the talk about Andrei Vasilevsky, who no doubt is probably the best goalie in the world right now, especially in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's like he's morphed into a combination of Patrick Waugh and Martin Brodeur.
Oh, so true. Yeah.
So he's going to hear that talk, and he has the potential to steal games, and I think he is going to be at his best in this series, and not just because of his play, but the thing that I don't think people talk about enough is how good the Avalanche are defensively, and not just by their defensive core, but as a whole team. All 5 players on the ice have a concerted effort to be the best defensively. And it's really similar to Tampa Bay and how the Lightning defend and their mindset on, we know we have the ability to score goals. We have the ability offensively. It's all about keeping the other team from scoring. And I think the Avalanche have that same mindset. So I think Darcy Kemper is going to be at his best in this series.
Absolutely. We look at Cale Makar and what he's been able to do for your team. The block shots on goal that he's able to have each and every game has been a moneymaker for people. I know one game I was writing him over 2.5. He had 6 going into that third period. So definitely something to look at for him. Anyone else that you're looking out for having a big game in this game 1?
Nathan MacKinnon. I think I have a feeling he's really good friends with Sidney Crosby, the Pittsburgh Penguins captain. I have a feeling Sidney Crosby has been in his ear over this layoff, and I'm sure MacKinnon has reached out to him, and Crosby has given MacKinnon some advice on the Stanley Cup final since Crosby has won 3 cups with the Penguins. I think you're going to see Nathan MacKinnon take full advantage of this opportunity. I think we're going to see him up his game even more, and he already ups it in the playoffs as one of the few guys in NHL history to average over a point per game in each of his playoff games to start his career. You're going to see an amped up Nathan MacKinnon. So whatever the shot total is, it's going to be over.
Yeah, the books have it juiced. We've got an over 4.5 at -145. Definitely can see it coming in. I could see that anytime goal as well. I might sprinkle on that first goal. It's going to be huge for that first goal.
I think if you're going to sprinkle on something in terms of value, it would be that first goal scorer. Nathan MacKinnon he's going to be flying, and he knows the opportunity in front of him. And the favorite right now for the Conn Smythe is Cale Makar, and I totally get it. But I think you're going to see a Nathan MacKinnon that we haven't seen before. And I don't know if Tampa Bay is going to be able to stop him.
I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely fantastic watching these finals. Now you're looking at Colorado to win the series in how many, Ian?
I'm going to go with you and say 6. I would love it for the Avalanche to win the cup at home, but winning it in 5 is that's a tough ask against this Tampa Bay team. And I hope it doesn't go game 7, because that's what happened 21 years ago, where the Devils came in, they won game 5. when the series was tied at 2. So they actually went back to New Jersey, up 3-2 with a chance to win the cup at home, and the Avalanche won that game. So I do not want to experience another game 7 series Stanley Cup final. I put that in my book. I don't want to experience it again. So I'm hoping 6 for the Avs.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the Avs to take the Stanley Cup, it's a minus 180 right now. It's gonna be an interesting series. I do hope it goes 2-6. I would love to see Colorado finished out before that, but I'm just not ready for hockey to be done, Ian. I have to say that.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I will say with all the bets that I have,
Yep.
that's where I'm hoping that it comes to an Avalanche finish, because that would make me very happy.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed for all of this to come in, Ian. It's going to be a great Stanley Cup Finals. Can you tell us more about what's happening right now at Play Colorado?
At playcolorado.com, it's your one-stop shop for betting advice, analysis, news, opinion, anything and everything that has to do with legal gambling in Colorado. Playcolorado.com is your place to become a safer and smarter, better. We should be getting May revenue up at any point from the Division of Gaming in the next couple of weeks. I'm curious to see what that number will look like in terms of handle, and whether it's a slight increase over April. We have all the latest on what's going on with the Avalanche, with our Avalanche betting page, with the latest odds and player props. The Denver Broncos, our Broncos betting page, has the latest odds as well, with all the latest news on Russell Wilson and what's going on with him and his new offense. And of course, the defense, who apparently took the first day of mandatory minicamp on Monday.
Absolutely. It's great that we can start talking football right away here,
Isn't
Ian.
it?
It's so exciting. I can't wait for the season to kick off. It's going to come in an absolute blink. But between that, let's enjoy these Stanley Cup Finals. Enjoy the nice, beautiful weather you guys are having in Colorado. Hopefully it comes up this way again soon. But Ian, thank you so much. Where can people find you on socials?
You can find me at Ian St. Clair, and you can follow playcolorado.com at Colorado_play.
Thank you, Ian. You guys, I will be back at the top of the hour with another Joe Madden Sports podcast. Ian, always a pleasure. Have a wonderful day, and best of luck to your Colorado Avalanche tomorrow.
Thanks, Joe. Go Avs.
Go Avs. I'm with you.